But okay, you got in your canoes today.
We went canoeing. It's his first time in 20 years, 15 years.
15 or 20 years.
Her first time ever. So they put us in. Coming in the picture. They put us in, and the first thing we had to do was the very first thing we had to do was a nice little S through some rapids. That was nice. Immediately having to do the S through the rapids. I need on the other side, your smoke is good.
Oh, sorry. Right, we're going this side.
Yeah. Then, they're fine. We went down the river, not far, 5 minutes down the river. And there's a pretty good little sloop where the ripples, and it went down and kind of into a tree and around a pretty sharp curve. And AJ and I went first and hugged up on the right-hand side a little bit and went up, and then turned around to make sure they were coming through okay. And they shot right down into the tree. By the time I got the canoe stopped and turned back around, she is hanging upside down on the tree, out of the canoe.
About to be sucked under.
About to be sucked under. The canoe itself is trying to go under. He is standing on a rock, holding onto the canoe.
Against the tree?
And the water in between us is well over my head. There's no, so I'm running up and down the bank going, I can't do anything. I can't get to them. I could swim over there if I took my life jacket off, or if I put my once I get there, I need my life jacket on. So they hung there. Well, you'd like to pick this tale up from the soon-to-be drowned victim's point of view.
Okay, so basically what it boiled down to was, I'm holding onto the canoe telling her, go ahead and go. You've got a life vest on. It'll just carry you over. It'll just carry you over the log. And she's saying, I'm getting my strength back. And I'm going, I'm losing mine. I have been holding this thing, and we stood there debating her getting her strength back for well over 20 minutes while I'm holding a canoe wedged between, with me wedged between the canoe and the log.
It was frightening. It was very frightening.
I finally got Melissa over out of the way enough that I could let go of the canoe, because otherwise the canoe was going to go right for Melissa. I didn't think it'd be a good idea for me to hit her in the canoe. So I'm trying to get her to move out of the way, and she's saying, well, I'm getting my strength back. And I'm pulling the canoe up and down, in and out of the water 3 or 4 times, waiting for her.
And the canoe's completely full of water.
Right, it's completely full of water.
It had sunk. It turned completely over. It's completely full. So he's not holding an empty canoe. It's completely full, and every time it gets close to the log, it's trying to go under. But he can't just let it go under, because Melissa's hanging there.
Right.
About to be sucked under.
Yeah.
So finally we get her to climb over. So she climbs up on the log so I can finally let go of the canoe. So I shove the canoe down under the log. It pops out on the other side. Chris goes after it, chasing after it with the other canoe, which is fine. Then we have to debate who's going to go first off of the log. And I'm trying to explain to Melissa I want her to go first, and she says, why? I said, because I can't swim upstream against this current to get you. So you're going to have to go first. That way, if you get in trouble, I'm right behind you and I can grab you. I know how to pull you over to the bank. Just don't drown me in the process. That's all I ask. And she says, are you sure? Are you sure? And I said, yes. So she finally let go. And when she let go, then I let go. And we sailed over and got over to where we could basically touch bottom, and went over and dumped the water out of the canoe.
It was a perilous adventure.
And we weren't, what, 20 minutes into the...
Oh, no. We barely been on the water.
Yeah, we barely been on the water. We made it through the S-curve, which impressed me, because I'm thinking, I don't remember how to do this. So I'm watching her to see how she maneuvers it, and I got that. But when I couldn't get away from the log, it was over. But anyway,
yeah, so
and then
they got on the log at about 5 after 12. And by the time we got through it, got the canoe to the side, the canoe dumped over, and sat down to take a breath. It was 12:45. Yeah, and then
missed lunch.
Then your granddaughter, being rightfully in her right mind, not wanting to get her ass back in the canoe, decided she was going to sit on the rocks and just wait till doomsday, I guess, for somebody to come by and save her.
She's had enough. She ain't doing this no more. And we're trying to explain to her that buzzards aren't going to fly you home.
Yeah, we're still 4.5
we have
hours
to finish
away from the
we have to finish this canoe trip. It has to be completed.
So she did finally get back in the canoe. And she got down another hour, 15 minutes down away. And rightfully so. She should have been upset.
Yeah.
And I was ready to pull her limp dead body from the river. So AJ and I went on through. We went through another little ripple area. And I turn around and they're sitting there, and I thought that they were just stuck in the rock and they were taking a long time. So AJ's playing in the water and I'm piddling, and I got a little bit of water out of the canoe. I look back and they're still just sitting there. So I finally told AJ, get out of the water. I'm gonna go back and see why in the world they're just sitting on the rocks. I had completely missed the fact they had turned over again. And they're now they were someplace shallow.